Good morning. It's Monday and it's the of June. Forgotten the date. I've forgotten the date. Doesn't matter. I'll put in the description what the date is. Hope everybody's fine. Everybody's well. It's a beautiful day here. A bit cloudy. But besides that, it's quite warm. Last night, had a fun time with Joe and Paul on Skype, but I was late. I overlaid. I had family over in the afternoon now. I said to myself I would lay on the settee for an hour, so I'm a bit more refreshed when we work in Saturday night. I woke up and I thought, it's a bit dark in here. It was gone 9 o'clock, 9:15, 9:30 time. So I was late for our weekly discussion. Still spent about 3 hours on Skype with Joe and Paul. We discussed health, mental awareness, bit of religion. What else did we discuss? Oh, about his roadworks and stuff, and it was a fun night. Oh, care for the elderly. That's what we're discussing as well. Anyway, as you can see, I'm not sat in the house. I'm in the kitchen. Why is he in the kitchen? Demijohn. Bit of water there, tip it out. Clean Demijohn. What we're going to discuss is what I've talked about doing is a fruit flavoured white rum. Talked about this a couple of weeks ago. And what I am doing is what's called Black Forest fruit mix. Black Forest fruit mix is what they use in Black Forest Gateaus. You know, the cherries, the blackberries, blackcurrants, blueberries. We've had Black Forest Gateau, chocolate, fruit compote in the middle, cream on top, grated chocolate. Oh, I'm beginning to feel like some now. But what I bought is a fruit mix, and it's a frozen fruit mix, which is brilliant because when it defrosts, some of the berries burst open and you get, if I tip it, like all that juice, which is what we're wanting to flavour the rum. Mixture of juice and water, don't throw it away. Yeah, people say, water, you're going to be diluting the alcohol. Trust me, the amount of alcohol I'm going to be putting in, this isn't going to dilute it all that much. But yes, frozen fruit from the local supermarket. So I'm going to get set up, get everything ready, focus the camera on the Demijohn so you can see exactly what I'm doing, and we're going to have some fun. Right, we're focused on the Demijohn. The first thing got to add is sugar. 250 grams of it. I use caster sugar, simplify it, it dissolves quicker. Now, why sugar? What we want to do is we want to add some sweetness in because, let's be honest, these fruits can be a bit sour. Also, we're going to turn it into like a liqueur, you know, that thick, syrupy, when you swirl it around a glass. So that's what we're going to do. So we add the sugar in. Oh, that coffee tastes nice. Then in with the fruit. First off the juice. If it jams up like that, don't bother about bursting them. Push it down. This is where I wish I had a larger funnel. I might have a look on the internet, see if there's a larger funnel. Like I said, don't bother about mashing them up because that's the whole idea. Get the juice out, get the flavours out. Using 500 grams of fruit due to the amount of stuff I'm putting in. The white rum I'm putting in. Oh, messy, messy, messy. Oh, but it's part of the fun. Take the rest of it in. So that's all the fruit in. Gets a bit messy, splatters. But here, we've still got some juice in. So take some of the white rum, because you want all them flavours out. Well, as much as possible. Might need another rinse. That's just the wooden spoon that I was using that I've thrown in. So that's half a litre in there to start off with. So you can see the colour change already. Right, let's talk about rum. Or any of these things. Be it the vodka, when you did slow gin, if you use whiskey, anything like that. You do not want to go for top quality rum. Be it Bacardi or anything like that. If it's whiskey, you don't want to be going for Glenfiddich or anything like that. If it's a vodka, Smirnoff. A nice shop bought, own supermarket made white rum. Because the flavour's not going to come from the rum, it's going to come from that in there. This is just basically the alcohol. You want a nice one, you don't want a really, really cheap tag. I mean, these for a litre cost me about £14. If it was something like Bacardi, it would cost me about 20 odd quid. So, and yes, I'm going to have the whole litre. Like that. So that's a dead soldier, that can go in the bin. So in there now, we have the fruit, the sugar and the alcohol. So the next trick is try to get all that sugar dissolved into it. That looks like it. Oh, that tastes nice already. So that's sorted. That will be shook up every day for 2 weeks. Following 2 weeks, it'll be shook up every other day. And then it'll be left to go on its own merry way. What we need to do, and I've got to get it ready. we need to put the stopper on top. If this was wine I was making, I'd put like an airlock on, because of fermentation. So it won't. But all we want to do is just put a bung on to stop evaporation or any little bugs getting in there. So what I'm doing is just getting a bung, putting some cotton wool in. Normally that's where the airlock would go, like that. Airlocks are to sort of let carbon dioxide out when you're fermenting. What you do is just pop it on like that. Like as if it was wine, it would ferment. You would get water, sugar and yeast makes alcohol plus CO2, but we're not doing that. So every day for 2 weeks I'd go like that, basically to crush up and burst any berries. But you can see the colour of it already. A couple of times I might take the bung off and give it a real good shake. Important thing is, keep it in the dark. You don't want it in direct sunlight or you begin to lose some of this colour, it begins to bleach out. But that is fruits of the Black Forest Gateau fruit white rum. Litre and a half there. 1 bottle to bottle, and eventually I will bottle them in the same sort of bottles. Excuse me. Those flask type bottles that I did the sloe gin in. Right, I'm going to stop it there, then we'll go in the house and we'll have a wee chat. Right, we're back. It's just a fun little project. I did the sloe gin and it turned out quite nice. My sister did a plum brandy. So I'm doing the Black Forest fruit with white rum. And I might actually start off what they call a summer fruit and vodka. That does sound like a nice one. Simply because in the summer fruits you've got strawberries, red currants, raspberries. So it'd be quite nice to have it with vodka. Principle is exactly the same. Sugar to turn it into like a liqueur. The fruit in, obviously you get some sweetness from the fruit and sugars from the fruit. As I said, you put the sugar in mainly to turn it into a bit of a syrup type effect. Also to add a bit of sweetness, because like I said, some of the fruits, if you have a Black Forest Gateau, sometimes the compote can be a bit sour. That's the only word I can think. A bit tarty, a bit sour. Shake it up for 2 weeks every day. 2 weeks after that, every other day. And I will be bottling it probably beginning of September. Just in time for Christmas. Bottle for my sister, bottle for me. I'm going to get a smaller bottle for a friend. So Cindy, Kath, you're going to end up with some of that. And probably leave another half a bottle for me to drink between then and Christmas. Hey, that sounds nice. Like I said, last night, Skype with Joe, another fun evening. It was, even though we're late, we're still on about 2.5 hours, 3 hours. Chat about this, that and t'other, like I says. Care for the elderly, mental awareness, mental health, religion. And it was a fun night. Oh, we were talking about music as well, because I've got talking about, we were talking about national anthems. That was it. And they were sort of saying the American national anthem. So what you need is Neil Diamond's America from the film The Jazz Singer. I'll see if I can find it. Paul Lincoln. It says, but it's a shame in England how we don't have a national anthem for England. Official, unofficial national anthems for Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland, but we have God Save the Queen, which can almost say is the United Kingdom's national anthem. Because the Queen is... Did I say God Save the King? I think I did. God Save the Queen, because the Queen is the Queen of Scotland, Queen of Wales, Queen of Northern Ireland. I'm sort of saying we should have a national anthem just for England. And I threw me hat in the ring, if you like, and said we ought to have Jerusalem. You know, and those feet in ancient times walk upon England's... so on. So yeah, we've had a good night after finished. Listen to some more music. Oh, we were talking about swing music as well, because I've got the Robin Williams Sing While You Swing and stuff like that. So I was saying how his style of singing is quite similar in some respects to Frank Sinatra's, with that lilt in the voice and stuff. So we had a good chat. The only problem is with me overlaying, it did take me some time to get to sleep, and I was awake about 8 o'clock this morning. It's now about 25 to 12. Actually, I'm beginning to get a bit hungry. I might have a sandwich once doing this when it's uploading. So yes, that's been my experiment today. A bit of fun. It's a bit of a fun thing. It's not proper wine making. It's a bit of a fun thing. And in the end, it'll be drinkable. But like I says, anybody that wants to try these sort of things, sugar, fruit, buy frozen fruit, because then, like you saw, the berries burst and you get a lot of juice. Don't buy top quality alcohol, but then again, don't go for the really, you know, a litre is £6 job. You want a decent... Most supermarkets do their own variety, which is perfectly good. Do one of them. Buy some of them. But that's been the experiment for today. And I'm not going to do one bar summer fruits because it's just exactly the same. And hopefully, middle of September, I'll be able to show you what it turns out like. Okie doke. Speak soon.